What if the secret to staying rich wasn't income, but ancient habits passed down in silence? When Emily's grandfather passed away, she didn't just inherit his house. She found an old wooden box filled with notebooks, handwritten letters, and receipts from decades ago. Each page told a story, not just of spending, but of saving, planning, and patience. We don't get rich by luck. One note read, "We stay rich by habits." In today's world of fast money and social media wealth, rich families who've held onto their money for generations do things differently. They follow quiet, powerful habits most people never see. And these old habits? They're the reason they're still rich today. These aren't just old traditions. They're rich people habits that quietly build generational wealth. Habit 1. They think in centuries, not paychecks. Old money families don't make decisions just for today. They plan for the next 50, 100, even 200 years. While most people focus on paying bills or saving for vacation, these families think about their grandchildren's future. They ask questions like, will this investment help the family grow stronger in the long run? Will this property or business still have value in 50 years? They're not chasing fast money. They're building a long, stable path. Many wealthy families set up something called a family trust. This is a legal tool that helps protect money and assets for future generations. Big names like the Rockefellers and Rothschilds have used these tools for over 100 years to make sure their wealth doesn't disappear. Today, even young tech millionaires are following this idea by setting up family offices. These are private teams that manage the family's money, businesses, and future plans, just like the old money families have done for generations. In essence, if you want to build real wealth, stop thinking about just next year. Start thinking about the next generation. That's how old money stays rich, by thinking far ahead, not just about right now. But their mindset doesn't stop with legacy planning, because what they teach their kids might be the real secret weapon. Habit 2. They teach their kids about money early. Old money families don't wait until their kids grow up to teach them about money. They start early, sometimes when the kids are just 6 or 7 years old. While most schools teach math, science, and history, these families teach something extra: how money works. It's a financial education most schools skip, and it's why their wealth sticks around. They show their children how to budget, save, invest, and even run small businesses. By age 12, some children are helping with family budgets or learning how stocks and real estate work. Some even attend family meetings to talk about money, ask questions, and learn from mistakes. Today, new tools like Greenlight and GoHenry money apps for kids make this even easier. These apps help teach kids about saving, spending, and giving, just like a mini bank for them to practice with. The result? Their kids grow up confident and smart with money. They don't just spend, they understand. And that understanding helps them protect and grow the family's wealth. The earlier you learn about money, the better you handle it. That's the old money secret many people miss. And while they teach their kids quietly, they live even more quietly. Habit 3. They don't show off their money. Old money families practice something called stealth wealth. They don't try to prove they're rich. You won't see them wearing flashy designer brands or driving the newest sports cars. Instead, they live in quiet comfort. They care more about keeping money than showing it off. This idea is called invisible wealth. It means you might not guess someone is rich just by looking at them. Their clothes are simple, their homes may look normal from the outside, and they don't post their lifestyle online. Why? Because they understand that showing off can lead to problems, like jealousy, fake friends, or even theft. They feel no need to impress anyone. What matters to them is safety, privacy, and keeping their wealth strong. Some of the richest people in the world, like Warren Buffett, still live in the same house they bought decades ago. That's not because they're cheap. It's because they're smart. Old money knows. Real wealth is quiet. The goal isn't to look rich. It's to stay rich. It's not about status. It's about choosing to live below your means and stay financially free. And when they do make money, they turn it into more without the flash. Habit 4. They turn extra money into more money. When most people receive extra money, like a bonus, a gift, or an inheritance, they often spend it. Maybe they buy a new car, take a big trip, or upgrade their home. But old money families think differently. They treat every windfall, a sudden gain of money, as an opportunity to grow their wealth. Instead of spending it, they reinvest it. That means they use that money to buy something that will earn more money over time, like stocks, real estate, or a business. For instance, if they receive $50,000, they don't rush to spend it. They might buy a small rental property or invest in a company that pays dividends. This way, the money keeps growing instead of disappearing. Recent research shows that wealthy families often reinvest over 80% of their unexpected money. This habit helps them stay rich, even when the economy changes. One quiet example, a family who sold shares in a company used the money to buy farmland. Now, that land earns them steady income year after year. Don't treat extra money like a prize. Treat it like a seed. If you plant it wisely, it can grow for generations. Some even downsize their lifestyle, not because they have to, but because they know that downsizing to save money frees up capital to reinvest. But even the best investments need watching. Here's what rich families do next. Habit 5. They regularly check their finances. Old money families treat money like health. They check on it often. Just like you go to the doctor for a yearly checkup, they have regular meetings to look at their finances. This is a family ritual, and it helps keep their money strong and organized. They look at what they spent, what they saved, and how their investments are doing. If something isn't working, they fix it early. This stops small problems from becoming big ones. Many families use special tools or apps to track everything in one place. These reviews are not rushed. They take time to talk, ask questions, and make clear decisions together. In some wealthy families, this tradition has lasted for decades. One family in Boston has held a money meeting every year for over 60 years. Why does it matter? Because what you don't watch, you can lose. Old money doesn't guess where their wealth is, they know. And that's a habit anyone can start. And part of protecting that wealth? Keeping it private. Habit 6. They keep their wealth private on purpose. Old money families are very careful about who knows how much they have. They believe privacy protects their money, their safety, and their peace of mind. They don't share personal financial details, and they avoid posting expensive purchases online. Their homes may not look fancy from the outside, and their names are often not on public documents. Instead, they use tools like trusts, LLCs, or private banks to keep things quiet and secure. This isn't about hiding for bad reasons. It's about protection. When fewer people know what you have, there's less risk of lawsuits, scams, or family drama. Today, some wealthy families also use private digital tools, like encrypted wallets or anonymous investment accounts, to protect online assets like cryptocurrency. Being private doesn't mean being secretive. It means being smart. Old money understands that quiet wealth lasts longer than loud riches. The less noise they make, the more peace they keep, and that's how they protect their legacy. But quiet doesn't mean passive. They're deeply intentional with what they value. Habit 7. They care about purpose, not just price. Old money families don't just ask, "How much is it worth?" They ask, "What is it worth to us?" For them, money is not just about growing numbers. It's about using wealth to create a life with meaning, stability, and impact. They often support causes they believe in, like education, healthcare, or the environment. Some start family foundations or give through quiet donations. This is called impact investing, putting money into businesses or projects that help the world and still make a return. They also invest in things that bring long-term value: education, experiences, and strong relationships. These families know that building character and knowledge is just as important as building a bank account. For example, the Pritzker family, who owns Hyatt Hotels, also funds leadership programs and schools. Their goal? To leave behind more than just money. Old money teaches their children to focus on legacy, not just lifestyle. They don't just want to be remembered for being rich, they want to be remembered for what they did with that wealth. A meaningful life is more valuable than any price tag. Real wealth is about purpose, not just possession. And even purpose needs a plan, especially for what happens after they're gone. Old money habits, like frugal living and choosing to live below your means, aren't just for the rich. They're for anyone who wants peace, freedom, and legacy. You don't need millions to think like old money. Just a plan, patience, and a long-term mindset. If these habits opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Which one will you try first?